Hi, good morning. 24th of June 2026. It's 10:47. It's Natasha N.K.O. I'm continuing to read from The Lonely Londoners. Last read, Moses, the protagonist, was telling us about how his part of London changes, how the landscape changes, like the shops change. They start selling Caribbean food. There's a Jewish tailor who caters to them as black guys specifically. And then Tenti, I think the grandmother, because she's the one who's come over to look after Roy's family. And she's gone on an adventure on public transport, on the bus, on the tube. So I'll read the last paragraph that I ended with before and continue on. I'm on page 71. I hope that's close enough. Right. Last paragraph. She was so frightened that she didn't bother to look out of the window and see anything, and when she get off at the Prince of Wales, she feel relieved. Now nobody could tell that she ain't travelled by bus and tube in London. When that first London summer hit, Galahad, he began to feel so cold that he had to get an overcoat. Moses laughed like hell. You thought you'd get away from the weather, eh? He say. You warm in the winter and cold in the summer, eh? Well, it's my turn now to put on my light suit and cruise about. I don't know why I hot in the winter and cold in the summer, Galahad say, shivering. But for all that, he getting on well in the city. He had a way, whenever he talking with the boys, he using the names of the places like they mean big romance, as if to say I was in Oxford Street, had more prestige than if he just say I was up the road. And once he had a date with a Fraulein, and he make a big point of saying he was meeting she by Charing Cross, because just to say Charing Cross have a lot of romance in it. He remembered it had a song called Rosian of Charing Cross, so this is how he getting on to Moses. I'm eating that piece of skin tonight, you know. And then, as if not very important, she waiting for me by Charing Cross station. Jesus Christ, when he say Charing Cross, when he realised that is he, Sir Galahad, who going there, near that place that everybody in the world know about, it even have the name in the dictionary. He feel like a new man. It didn't matter about the woman he going to meet. Just to say he was going there made him feel big and important. And even if he was just going to Coaster Lime, to stand up and watch the white people, still, it would have been something. The same way with the big clock they have in Piccadilly tube station, and what does tell the time of places all over the world. The time when he had a date with Daisy, he tell her to meet him there. How you don't know where it is, he say, when she tell him she don't know where it is. It's a place that everybody know, everybody does have dates there, it's a meeting place. Many nights he went there before he get to know how to move around the city and see them fellas and girls waiting, looking at their wristwatch, watching the people coming up the escalator from the tube. You could tell that they're waiting for somebody, the way how they're getting on, leaning up there, reading the evening news or smoking a cigarette or walking around a circle looking at clothes in a glass case. And every time people come up the escalator, they're watching to see. And if the person not there, they're relaxing to wait till the next tube come. All these people there, standing up waiting for somebody. And then you would see a sharp piece of skin come up the escalator in a sharp coat, and she give the ticket collector she ticket and look around. And same time, the fellow who waiting throw away his cigarette, and you could see he a happy look in his face. And the girl come and hold his arm and laugh, and they look at his wristwatch. Then the two of them walk up the steps and gone to the circus, gone somewhere to the theatre or the cinema, or just to walk around and watch the big life in the circus. Lord, that is life for you. That is it. To meet a craft there and take she out someplace. What you think, Moses? He asked Moses. In you I see myself, how I was when I was new to London. All them places is like nothing to me now. It's like when you back home and you hear fellas talk about Times Square and Fifth Avenue and Charing Cross and Gay Paris. You say to yourself, Lord, them places must be sharp. Then you get a chance and you see them for yourself and it's like nothing. You remember that picture, Waterloo Bridge, with Robert Taylor? I went down by the bridge the other night and stand up and watched the river. Take it easy, Moses say wearily. But Galahad felt like a king living in London. The first time he take a craft out, he dress up good. For one of the first things he'd do after he get a work was to stock up with clothes like stupidness, as if to make up for all the hard times when he didn't have nice things to wear. So this is Galahad dressing up for the date. He cleaned his shoes until they shine, then he put on a little more cherry blossom and give them an extra shine until he could see his face in the leather. Next he put on a new pair of socks, nylon splicing the heel and the toe. He have to put on a woolen underwear, though it's summer. Then the shirt, a white Van Heusen. Which tie to wear? Galahad have so much tie that whenever he opened the cupboard, there's only tie he's seeing in front of him. And many times he just put out his hand and make a grab, and whichever one come, he wear. But for this date, he choose one of those woolen ties that the bottom cut off. Before he put on trousers and jacket, he comb his hair. That is a big operation for Galahad because he grow the hair real long and bushy and it like a clump of grass on the head. First he wet the hair with some water, then he push his finger in the hair cream jar and scoop out some. He rub the cream on his hands, then he rub his hands in his head. The only mirror in the room is a small one that Galahad have tie onto the electric light cord, and the way he have it, just a little bit higher than he is. So while he combing the grass, he have to sort of look up and not forward. So this comb start going through the grass, stumbling across some big knot in Galahad's hair, and water flying from the head as the comb make a pass, and Galahad concentrating on the physiognomy, his forehead wrinkled, and he turning the head this way and that. Then afterwards he taking the brush and touching the hair like a tonsorial specialist, here and there, and when he finished, the hair comb well. Tonsorial. Yeah, so this comb start going through the grass, stumbling across some big knot in Galahad's hair, and water flying from the head as the comb make a pass, and Galahad concentrating on the physiognomy, which is reading the face, being able to read somebody's face. His forehead wrinkled, and he turning the head this way and that. Then afterwards, he taking the brush and touching the hair like a tonsorial specialist. Tonsorial, looked up, is an old word to do with barbering, like barbering hair. Yeah. Then afterwards, he taking the brush and touching the hair like a tonsorial specialist, here and there. And when he finished, the hair comb well. When Galahad put on trousers, the seam could cut you, and the jacket fitting square on the shoulders. One thing with Galahad, since he hit London, no foolishness about clothes. Even Moses surprised at the change. Now, if you bounce up Galahad one morning by the tube station when he coming from work, you wouldn't believe it's the same fella you did see coasting in the park the evening before. He have on an old cap that was brown one time, but black now with grease and fingerprint, and a jacket that can't see worse days, and the corduroy trousers that would shame them rag and bone man. The shoes have big hole, like they're laughing, and so Galahad fly out the tube station, his eyes red and bleary, and his body tired and bent up like a piece of wire, and he only stopped to get a daily express by the station. For Galahad, like Moses, pick up a night work, because it had more money in it. He wasn't doing electrician, but with overtime he was grossing about 10, so why worry? So while other people going to work, Galahad coming from work. He does cross the road and go by the bakery and buy a hot bread to take home and eat. This time, so, as he walking, he only studying sleep, and if a friend bawl out, "Hey Galahad," he pass him straight because his mind groggy and tired. But when you dressing, you dressing. Galahad Taylor is a fella in the Charing Cross Road that Moses put him onto, and the tailor surprised that Galahad know all the smartest and latest cut. He couldn't palm off no slack work on the old Galahad at all. And one thing, Galahad not stinting on money for clothes, because he get enough tone when he land up in Tropical and Watchacong. Don't matter if the test tell him 20 guineas or £35. Galahad know what he want, and he tell the fella it's all right, you go ahead, cut that jacket so and so, and don't forget I want a 23 bottom on the trousers. And the crowning touch is a long silver chain hanging from the fob and coming back into the side pocket. So cool as a lord, the old Galahad walking out to the road, with plastic raincoat hanging on the arm, and the eyes not missing one sharp craft that pass, bowing his head in a polite good evening, and not giving a blast if they answer or not. This is London, This is life, O Lord, to walk like a king with money in your pocket, not a worry in the world. It's one of those summer evenings when it looked like night would never come. A magnificent evening, a powerful evening. Rent finished paying, rations in the cupboard, £20 in the bank, and a nice piece of skin waiting under the big clock in Piccadilly Tube Station. The sky blue, sun shining. The girls ain't have on no coats to hide the legs. Mummy, look at that black man, a little child, holding on to the mother hand, look up at Sir Galahad. You mustn't say that, dear, the mother chid the child. But Galahad's skin like rubber at this stage. He bent down and pat the child's cheek, and the child cower and shrink and begin to cry. What a sweet child, Galahad say, putting on the old English accent. What's your name? But the child mother uneasy as they stand up there on the pavement with so many white people around. If there was alone, she might have talked a little and asked Galahad what part of the world he come from. But instead, she pulled the child along and she looked at Galahad and gave a sickly sort of smile. And the old Galahad, knowing how it is, smiled back and walked on. If that episode did happen around the first time when he landed up in London, oh Lord, he would have run to the boys telling them he have a big ballad. But at this stage, Galahad like duck back when rain fall, everything running off. Though it used to have times when he lay down there on the bed in the basement room in the water, and all the experiences like that come to him and he say, Lord, what is it we people do in this world that we have to suffer so? What is it we want that the white people and them find it so hard to give? A little work? A little food, a little place to sleep. We're not asking for the sun or the moon. We only want to get by. We don't even want to get on. And Galahad will take his hand from under the blanket as he lay there studying how the night before he was in... And Galahad will take his hand from under the blanket as he lay there studying how the night before he was in the lavatory, and two white fellas come in and say how these black bastards have the lavatory dirty and they didn't know that he was there. And when he come out, they say, hello mate, have a cigarette. And Galahad watched the colour of his hand and talked to it saying, colour, it's you that causing all this, you know. Why the hell you can't be blue or red or green if you can't be white? You know it's you that cause a lot of misery in the world. It's not me, you know, it's you. I ain't do anything to infuriate the people and them. It's you. Look at you. You're so black and innocent. And this time, so you're causing misery all over the world. So Galahad talking to the colour black as if as a person, telling it that it is not he who causing botheration in the place, but black, who was a worthless thing for making trouble all about. Black, you see what you caused to happen yesterday? I went to look at that room that Ram told me about in the gate, and as soon as the landlady see you, she say the room let already. She ain't even give me a chance to say good morning. Why the hell you can't change colour? Galahad gets so interested in his theory about black that he went to tell Moses. It's not we that the people don't like, he tell Moses. It's the colour black. But the day he went to Moses with this theory, Moses was in an evil mood because a new friend did just get in a thing with some white fellas by Praed Street, Praed Street, near Paddington Station. The friend was standing up there reading in the window about rooms to let and things to sell, and it had a notice saying, keep the water white. And right there, the friend started to get on ignorant. Poor fellow. He was new in London and wanted to get in big argument with the white people standing around. So Moses tell Galahad, take it easy. That is a sharp theory. Why you don't write about it? Anyway, all thought like that out of Galahad's mind as he out on this summer evening. Walking down the Bayswater Road on his way to the circus, he go into the gardens and begin to walk down to the arch, seeing so much cat about the place, laying down on the grass, sitting and talking, all of them in pretty summer colours, the grass green, the sky blue, sun shining, flowers growing, the fountain spouting water, and Galahad Esquire strolling through all of this, £3-4 in the pocket, sharp clothes on, Lord oh Lord, going to meet a first-class craft that waiting for him in the circus. Once or twice, as he get a smile here and there, he mad to forget Daisy and try to make some headway in the park. By the arch, he meet one of the boys. Where you going? The test say. Have a date, man. Going to pick up a little thing down the road. Listen here to the ras this man talking about how colonials shouldn't come to Britain, that the place overflowing with spades. I ain't have time, man. I late already. Lend me 10 shillings. I can't make it now. Come round tomorrow. Oh, God, ease me up, man. A cup of cha? Galahad give him a shilling and move away from the arch. Watching up at the clock on the Odeon, although he have a wristwatch, the clock saying 7:30, and he have to meet Daisy at 8. He started to walk a little faster, but was 5 past when he find himself in the circus. Always, from the first time he went there to see Eros and the lights, that circus have a magnet for him. That circus represent life. That circus is the beginning and the ending of the world. Every time he go there, he have the same feeling like when he see it the first night. Drink Coca-Cola, anytime is Guinness time, Bovril and the fireworks, a million flashing lights, gay laughter, the wide doors of theatres, the huge posters, ever-ready batteries, rich people going into tall hotels, people going to the theatre, people sitting and standing and walking and talking and laughing and buses and cars and Galahad Esquire. In all this, standing there in the big city, in London, oh Lord. He went down the steps into the station and Daisy was expecting him to come by tube, so she was watching the escalators. And he walked up behind her and he put his hands over she eyes. And that evening people in the tube station must be ball to see black man so familiar with white girl. But Galahad feeling too good to bother about the loud tones in them people's eyes. Tonight is his night. This was something he used to dream about in Trinidad. The time when he was leaving, Frank tell him, boy, it have bags of white pussy in London and you will eat till you tired. And now the first date in the heart of London, dressed to kill, ready to escort the number around the town, anywhere she want to go, any place at all. Daisy was dressed up plenty. She looked different than when she was in the plant with a pair of jeans and her overalls on. All the grease and dirt washed off the hands, the hair combed well, the dress is a sort of cotton, but it have all sorts of coloured designs on it and it looked pretty, and she have on lipstick for so. She looked real sharp, and when he was coming up he noticed the trim legs and the straight lines of the nylons and the high heel shoes. Daisy moved his hands and say, oh, it's you. I thought you were coming by tube. And she looked a little embarrassed, but Galahad didn't notice. What time is it now in Trinidad? Galahad looked at the big clock, watching for Trinidad. The island so damn small, it only have a dot and the name. That is where I come from, he tell Daisy. You see how far it is from England. We'll be late, Daisy say. Which part you want to go? Galahad asked. Anywhere at all. No, which part you want to go? Galahad asked. Anywhere at all. Tonight we are on a big splurge. They're showing a gladiator at the Hippodrome and I want to see it. Pictures? Is pictures you want to go to tonight? Well, it's Sunday and all the theatres are closed. Who acting in the gladiator? Victor Mature. Well, if that is what you want, all right. But I was thinking we could go someplace and have a good time, being as is the only night I have off for the whole week, and you too. So they went to this theatre that's showing a gladiator, and Galahad feeling good with this piece of skin walking with him. But when he looked at prices to enter, he couldn't help saying how it was a lot of money. Not that he mind, but he know that that same picture will come down in the water and show for 2 and 6. This is the West End, Daisy reminded him. All right, even if it's £1, we're still going. After the picture, they went to a restaurant and eat a big meal, and Galahad buy a bottle of French wine, telling the waiter to bring the best. The summer night descend with stars. They're walking hand in hand, and Galahad feeling hearts. It was a lovely evening, Daisy began. Come and go in the yard, Galahad say. What? Daisy say. The yard, where I live in. All this time he was stalling, because he feeling sort of shamed to bring the girl in that old basement room. But if the date end in fiasco, he know the boys would never finish giving him tone for spending all that money and not eating. Daisy start to hesitate, but he make haste and catch a number 12, telling she that it all on the way home. When they hop off by the water, she was still getting on prim Prim. But Galahad know was only grand charge, and besides, the old blood getting hot. So he walked Daisy brisk down the road, and she quiet as a mouse. They went down the basement steps, and Galahad fumbled for the key, and when he opened the door, a whiff of stale food and old clothes and dampness and dirt come out the door, and he only waiting to hear what Daisy would say. But she ain't say nothing, and he walked through the passage and opened the door and put the light on. Daisy sit down on the bed, and Galahad say, "You want a cup of char?" And without waiting for any answer, he filled the pot in the tap and put it on the ring and turned the gas on. He feels so excited that he had to light a cigarette, and he keeps saying, "Take it easy," to himself. "Is this your room?" Daisy say, looking around and shifting about as if she restless. "Yes," Galahad say. "You like it?" "Yes," Daisy say. Galahad threw a copy of Ebony to her, and she began to turn the pages. With all the excitement, Galahad taken off the good clothes carefully and slowly, putting the jacket and trousers on the hanger right away, and folding up the shirt and putting it in the drawer. When the water was boiling, he went to the cupboard and take out a packet of tea, and he shaked some down in the pot. Daisy looked at him as if he mad. "Is that how you make tea?" she asked. "Yes," Galahad say. "No foolishness about it. Tea is tea. You just drop some in the kettle. If you want it strong, you drop plenty. If you want it weak, you drop a little bit. And so you make a lovely cuppa." He take the kettle off and rest it on a sheet of Daily Express on the ground. He bring 2 cups, a spoon, a bottle of milk, and a packet of sugar. "Fix up," he say, handing Daisy a cup. They sit down there, sipping the tea and talking. "You get that raise the foreman was promising you?" Galahad asked, for something to say. "What did you say?" "You know, it will take me some time to understand everything you say, the way you West Indians speak." "What wrong with it?" Galahad asked. "Is English we speak in?" And so he coasted in a little old talk until the tea finished, and afterwards he started to make one set of love to Daisy. "It was battle royal in that basement, man," he told Moses afterwards. And he went on to give a lot of detail, though all of that is nothing to an old veteran like Moses. It's only to Galahad is new, because it's the first time with a white number. Moses smiled a knowing smile, a tired smile, and "Take it easy," he tells Sir Galahad. I'm going to stop there because it's going on to another character. So I'm stopping at the top of page 83. Thanks for listening.